Hi, it's Faye and Jeff from earlytrauma.com. We've been covering the TDCs, the trauma disrupted competencies. Previous videos were introduction to the TDCs and the negative internal working model. Today we're covering developmental delays. So Jeff, when we think about developmental delays that kids with early trauma have, what are some of the events that create the atmosphere for a delay, cause delays? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, so many of the developmental milestones that a child does in life are done in connection to or communion with that
Right.
primary caregiver. So things like holding a fork,
Mm-hmm.
learning to chew solid food, learning to walk,
Mm-hmm.
learning to ride a bike, learning to play. All of these things are learned first in conjunction with that primary caregiver. Now,
Mm-hmm.
there are also all these things in are sequential. So you have to learn one part of it before you learn the second part. For instance, you have to learn to knock blocks down before you can learn to build blocks up.
Right. Yeah, I think of when my kids are smaller, you probably have the same kind of memories of, you buy a mobile and you just don't hang the mobile. You're like, oh, look at the horse,
Mm-hmm.
you're encouraging your child to
Mm-hmm.
interact. You're the one that's spurring the play.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one
Right.
that's,
So the idea behind the developmental delay of the TDC of developmental delay, the idea is that things are not learned properly.
mm-hmm,
You know, they're learned a little sketchy. The brains are a little fearful in that relationship. Maybe the primary caregiver is a little absent or not connected well enough, so the learning becomes incomplete.
right. I've worked with kids when doing supervision of visits, and some of the infants that are stuck at that place where their parent is absent, or they're in foster care. That child will just sit.
Hmm.
they it's like, I don't know what to do. They're literally, their brains are so stuck in fear. They don't, the attachment world, we talk about having a safe haven and a secure base, and those pieces allow you to go out and explore and then come back for comfort. But if you don't have your safe haven or your secure base, you your brain's stuck and you can't go through that cycle.
You don't explore, and um, as you were saying that, I was thinking how much learning occurs in the exploration part of that cycle.
Yeah.
When you're out there exploring the world, that's when you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't feel secure enough to go out there and learn, then you're not, or go out there and explore, then you're not going to have opportunities to learn.
Right. When babies are able to even sit up a little bit, usually we balance them with pillows and things, and give them toys within reach. So they have the opportunity to pick up that toy and explore that toy and put that one down and try
Mm-hmm.
something new. Those are all things that help the baby brain mature.
Yep.
And if the baby doesn't have those opportunities, they're going to lack that's those different skills that they're going to, even finger dexterity, that picking up and reaching and holding a balance in that whole process.
It, this is designed, these things are designed to operate almost automatically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Again, it's a very weird thought, I think, that we can't, I'm going to go back to the blocks thing,
Yeah.
that we can't learn to stack blocks until we learn to knock blocks over.
Mm-hmm.
And knocking blocks over requires someone to
Someone to
stack
stack them.
blocks up.
Right.
So the entire learning process is dependent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dependent relationship.
Yeah.
So again, so many things, so many things.
Yeah.
I, I'm also drawn back to the idea of, let's just start over.